Very good morning, everyone, and welcome here to Punta Cana International Airport in the Dominican Republic, where we left our lovely Phenom 300E by FSReborn. On the last video, we did a quick flight over here. Today's flight is even quicker. I think we're looking at less than an hour's flight time during some Caribbean island hopping here. We're going up to Providenciales International Airport. It's a short hop between islands. The aircraft is powered up. We have the GPU connected. The red carpet has been put down for our passengers. And we have fuel order on the way. We're parked where we left off last time. The terminal is just behind the trees here. And this is what they call the VIP apron here at Punta Cana. It's a lovely custom scenery that I downloaded from Flight Sim TO. It's linked in the description below, so feel free to go and download and check this out. We're gonna have scenery from the same creator over at Providenciales as well, and that will be linked in the description. Let's just jump in here. As I said, I've booted it up. Almost all of the initialization has been completed, waiting for the fuel and load. But before that, let's tune into the radio. We have BeyondATC running again today, and our first officer will help us out with the IFR clearance. So here we go.
Aerocla 287, request IFR clearance to Providencials.
Aerocla 287, Punta Cana delivery. Expect runway 08, Pixar 2 Whiskey departure. Squawk 3251.
Pixar 2 Whiskey departure. Squawk 3251. Aerocla 287.
Aerocla 287, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start. Aerocla 287.
Okay, so it didn't give us runway 9er, it gave us runway 8. We can accept that. And let's try to change that. Pixar 2 Whiskey, runway 8, Pixar transition. And we will load that in. One thing I will check. Let's zoom out. And if you press this left button, you get a touch display. And this actually works to move the mouse around. Let's just zoom out a bit more. I'm not expecting any big discrepancies here. No, this looks fine. It goes straight over. On 2 occasions, when a VOR has been in place as a flyover point, and if that VOR code, 3-letter code, has been in use in several places around the world, for some reason it has picked the wrong one, not the closest one, and you get these sudden spikes in your flight plan, and when you start up you're gonna get an en route time that is not realistic at all. So as with all flights, just remember to double check that. So it's going to be a little bit of a taxi. We can have a look here. We might have to backtrack, I think, and then cross over to 08. So I'm guessing in real life they would have used 09, but BeyondATC doesn't want to give us that for some reason. Or maybe we can just taxi back here. Yeah, that looks fine. We can also, the fuel is arriving. Very nice, very nice. That should be done shortly. And we can have a look at the charts. And on the ground charts, here we are, and we are parked down here at the VIP terminal. So that should give us Alpha over to the main terminal, Romeo to Romeo 1 and Echo over to 09er, then Echo crossing 09er over to 08. Not too long of a taxi at all. Let's mark that, and we had the Pixa to Whiskey shown on the RNAV runway 8 departures chart. Pixar to Whiskey, that leads us straight out, left turn, and up to the northwest. Yeah, that looks fine as well. Very good. We can just leave this here. Ground ops is running. Cabin comfort. For those of you that saw my last video, I had some temperature problems in the cabin, and when I did maintenance today, I think it's this one, yeah, the VCS vapor cycle system, or basically the air condition, that had gotten itself an error, so I had to do some maintenance here today. Same for the engines. Let's see, yeah, here. I just topped up the oil. It was down to 4 liters, should be 4.8. I'm not gonna do oil change just yet, just topping off until 200 hours. So, and as you might remember from the last video, I also had to do, where is it? Yeah, last maintenance performed on generator 2 was about 2 hours ago before we left the last airport, because we had some hot start issues, and yeah. So this model does really, it requires you to pay attention to what you're doing. It's probably not as detailed as some other add-ons. I'm guessing PMDG and Phoenix might have more things to worry about, but yeah, I really like this. To have something to pay attention to is nice. Fuel is loaded, 1,300 kilos. Passengers should be coming, so I'm guessing the bus is coming from the main terminal. We can sync the fuel on board. Gonna be a little bit of a taxi. Enter. Oh, bad discharge again. It doesn't seem to be discharging, and it hasn't affected me, so let's just leave it like this. And we can let's see on the performance. We know that we are getting 6 passengers today, so that's gonna be about 80 kilos for each of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 plus me as a pilot. And on the load, they are expecting, okay, before you start the loading, you can see this on the left side on the planned page. But what we can do is have a look at the OFP, and it says baggage 150, off bags 150. Let's add a little bit of catering as well, a little bit of toilet fluids. Very good. All that seems fine. Punta Cana is loaded. Let's load the weather. 1017, 10 knots from 100, and 100 is slightly to the left of us, so no issues with tailwind today for engine starts. 1017 is set twice. We have about 40 feet showing on the altimeters. Nav lights on, passenger signs are on. Runway is loaded 08, takeoff config default, and we can accept speeds 1044, 1528, trim of 9.7. We can fix that. There we go. And one engine out, net gradient is 9.4% and 6.7. And 189.6, okay. And that's the speeds. Initialization is complete, accepted. And here the passengers are coming. For some reason, this is the default path of the car coming, so I hope they can change this in another upcoming update, because it's always driving through the left wing. Should be easy to fix that. So as soon as the passenger is loaded, we will just double check that we have everything, close the doors and start up. So the passengers are on board. Let's double check. We have 6 passengers, about 80 kilos each, 150. Tanks are filled. Close the cargo door and cabin door. Cones and carpet can be removed. Same with chocks. We have parking brake on. We can run some before start checklist. On the screen here we can see we have tested oxygen. Test panel has been done before you joined me here. And seat signs are on. We have armed emergency lights. Fuel quantity is checked. Oxygen pressure and throttle levers are working and idle. Parking brake set. Ignition is in auto. Doors closed before start checklist is complete. Next up is after start. So let's just get our startup clearance.
Aeroclub 287, ramp 25, request engine start.
Airclub 287, engine start approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Wilco, engine start approved. Aeroclub 287.
Engine start approved. Before I forget it, let's push the takeoff button, same as on the side of the thrust levers there. And we have, let's see, was there a default climb here? Climb to 5,000 feet, default. $5,000 feet set, VNAV is armed, altitude select is on. We are gonna do a quick welcome PA. Air condition is fine, 23 degrees. And everyone has their seat belts fastened. We have 1 executive, 2 executives, 2 nervous flyers, 1 frequent flyer, and 1 anxious connector. We're gonna have a look at them in a minute. For today, we should be ahead of schedule, I think. So let's get this started. Strobes go on to signal to the ground crew that we are starting up. We're gonna start number 2. And paying attention to the ITT. Shouldn't be a problem today. Battery is discharging while the starter generator is running. Oil pressure is building. And that's a good start. Very nice. We can disconnect the ground power, turn it off down here. GPU disconnect. Let me just double check. IFE is on. Gen overload. Okay. Let's start number 1.
Argentina 1325 Heavy at gate 25 Bravo, request pushback.
Argentina 1325 Heavy, Punta Cana ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved, face north, Argentina 1325 Heavy.
That looks like 2 good starts. GPU has been disconnected. We're going to do the battery test. Push this and we will see the emergency batteries here. They are recovering. And must be at least 23.5. They are. We can push that again. I'm not gonna run the stall warning tests now. FCS is set. Engine takeoff data is set. LFE speeds set. Transponder we have in auto. TCAS is checked. Autopilot is checked. Flight controls. Let's see. They are checked and free. Trim is set 9.7. Flaps 1. Lights are checked. Ice protection not required, and this is just a trim table. Next checklist before takeoff. We're gonna do that when we approach the runway. So, let me just call for a taxi.
Aeroclub 287, request taxi.
Aeroclub 287, taxi to holding point Juliet runway 08 via Alpha Delta Echo Juliet cross runway 09er.
Taxi to holding point Juliet, runway is 08, via Alpha
So we're
Delta
going to
Echo
Juliet.
Juliet, cross runway is 09er. Aeroclub 287.
And it's as expected. It's just
Argentina 1325 Heavy,
Alpha
taxi
Air
for
and
departure.
follow the main taxiway past
Argentina
the main
1325
terminals.
Heavy,
And,
taxi to holding
yeah,
point
that's fine.
Juliet runway 08
Let's
via
release
Echo
parking
Juliet
brake
cross runway
and
09er.
get going.
Taxi to
What way is
holding
best
point
to turn
Juliet,
here today?
runway 08 via
Stay right,
Echo
and
Juliet,
avoid
cross
hitting
runway
the ground
09er,
crew.
Argentina 1325 Heavy.
Taxi light is on. All engine parameters are in the green. Wave goodbye to the ground crew. Everyone in cabin seems a bit happier today with the correct temperatures. For some reason, they don't always show up. I don't know why. It's the same settings, and yeah. And this flight has been generated by JetCard again. So I have that running in the background. We can have a look at that when we get up to cruise. I'll go through the flight with you. To be a free scenery, I think. Yeah, very nice little airport this. I've never really flown much here in the Caribbean, so it's nice to sort of be forced a little bit to get out of your own comfort zone, your normal playground, and fly in different parts of the world with new aircraft as well. So we have one aircraft over here, taxiing
Argentina
in front of
1325
us.
Heavy, contact Punta Cana Tower 118.8.
Over to Tower 118.8, Argentina 1325 Heavy.
Argentina 1325, okay. And it's a heavy as well. So it's just as well that he's a bit in front of us, so we don't have any wake turbulence to deal with when we depart. Let me swing the heading around about 090 or 080 maybe. I'm gonna sync it when we enter the runway anyway. Taxiing at a brisk 25 knots ground speed. Before takeoff, we can press the takeoff config check. Pass messages, bleed one off, that's normal for this phase of flight. Seat signs can go to on and outlets off. Yaw dampers off, auto throttle not applicable. Transponder is checked. Passengers, we'll just turn around and say we are ready for departure. And did we get a crossing? Yeah, we did get automatic crossing. Yeah, it's cleared on the left side, cleared right. And the traffic ahead of us was just departing behind the trees. Maybe we can see him climb out.
Aircraft 287, contact Punta Cana Tower 118.8. Have a good morning.
Contact Tower 118.8, Aeroclub 287, bye-bye. Aeroclub 287, ready for departure, runway 08.
Aeroclub 287, Punta Cana Tower, wind 100 degrees, 10 knots, runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 08, clear for takeoff, Aeroclub 287.
So we are cleared to take off. And left side looks clear. Oops. Our right side is clear. Windsock is almost straight down the runway. Very nice. We have done our checklists. And as I mentioned in the last video, things happen pretty quickly here. So let's strap in, sync the heading back, set takeoff thrust, toga. $80 knots, we want to rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up. Pitch up so you don't overspeed the flaps if you can avoid it. There it's gone. Nav, flight level change, and set climb power. It's a bit hard, yeah, it's...
Aeroclub 287, contact Punta Cana departure 119.85.
Contact Punta Cana departure 119.85, Aeroclub 287. Punta Cana departure, Aeroclub 287, 2,900 feet.
Aeroclub 287, Punta Cana departure, identified, climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Aeroclub 287.
Climb to 190, and we have a higher speed now. 190 set, flight level change. It really is a handful to deal with solo departure in this. Let's zoom out the map a bit. Autopilot engaged. Checklist. Gear, let's set the standard first. And we have gear up, flaps up. Thrust is in continuous climb. 10,000 feet, lights can come off. Passengers can walk around. Speed is FMS, altimeters standard, yaw dampers on, seat belts off, external lights are as required. Let's turn the windshield heating on. Weather radar we'll have a look at. Airspeed is fine, windshield is on. Next up is descent. We'll turn the weather radar on. Very good. So let's have a look at JetCard. The J-phone, we are done with it now. So as you can see, we're going from Punta Cana
287, contact Santo Domingo Center
to
126.9, bye-bye.
Providenciales.
Center on
It's block time
126.9,
130, cruise level
287.
430. Let's see if
Santo
we
Domingo
get
Center,
a higher
Aero
climb
code
now.
287, passing on 6,700 feet for flight level 190, direct Pixar.
Aeroclub 287, Santo Domingo Center, identified, climb to flight level 430.
Climb to flight level 430, Aeroclub 287.
Climb to 430. Quite high for such a short trip, but these light jets really like to stay high. Up in the thin air, maximum efficiency from the engines. So that should be it from ATC for now. So we got to climb to 430. That should be it for ATC for now until we are closer to coming back down. We can zoom out a little bit. A little bit of weather below us, but we're gonna go on top of everything.
Santo Domingo Center, Argentina 1325 heavy,
Passengers
out of
not too happy. It's a little
15,100
bit
feet for
hot back there,
8,000
so
feet.
let's turn down the temperature.
Argentina 1325 heavy,
why
Santo
are
Domingo
you-
Center, identified,
No
climb
comments
to flight
today.
level 370.
Climb to flight level 370,
They're not
Argentina
hungry.
1325 heavy.
Antoine is in the toilet.
Aerosk 5582, descend to 3000 feet. Descend to 3000 feet, Aerosk
Seat sign is off.
5582.
So we can serve them some coffee and snacks. That should cheer up the mood a little bit, and we'll do an announcement as soon as we level off at cruise. What did he say? Yeah. He's just writing emails. Nervous flyer. Likes to have something to hold on to.
Trim, trim, trim.
Aircraft is speeding up for the climb.
Aerosk 5582, contact Punta Cana approach 119.75. Contact Punta Cana approach 119.75, Aerosk 5582.
Let's get back to JetCard. So we have the routing here today, as we also saw on our map display. And we have nice weather, little bit of light clouds, light winds, 1017 on both places.
Argentina
We
1325
have 6
heavy.
passengers. They're
Contact
going
San Juan
on
Oceanic Control 118.75,
vacation.
bye-bye.
Center on
Same OFP as we've already seen,
118.75, Argentina
and,
1325
weather.
heavy, good day.
airports. Let's have a look at arrival airport. It says we should go to
Trim,
Atlantic
trim,
Aviation.
Trim, trim, trim.
It's calling for trim. Okay. Why are you not climbing? Is there anything? Ah, okay, there's probably an altitude constraint at Pixar. Yes, it is. But he told us to climb to 430, so we are gonna remove this constraint and just allow the aircraft to climb. When you get instructions like that where they tell you to climb, you can of course just ask them if constraints still apply, or if you can disregard them. In this case, I'm gonna assume that. A little bit also because BeyondATC isn't the smartest program. Okay, so Atlantic Aviation is where we are going, so we can start preparing for that already. And as we can see, there are 3 FBOs on this airport, so
Trim.
definitely
Trim.
one of the
Trim.
more busy business jet airports, it seems. For ground ops, we already ordered everything, and we don't need VATSIM. Flight map is showing us on track, and that should be it. And we can also have a look at the trip dossier. It's a 2-leg trip, so I'm going up to Nassau after this in the Bahamas. So it's quite an extensive story you get behind each trip. We can remove that and just continue climbing up and have a look at what happens when we reach cruise level. So that's pre-level, standard is set, flight level 430 is coming up. So what we have to do as usual is reduce the thrust a little bit to avoid overspeeding. We can leave it in the climb mode for a little while just to get up to our cruising speed and then reduce it. So we're leveling off, altitude captured. Have a look on our displays. Everything looks good. The cabin is a little bit cold. I just increased the temperature, but passengers are doing okay. Thomas's score has been increasing as well, so when we get the temperature up, that should be good. Yeah, it's increasing. Cruise PA.
Captain, we are now at cruise altitude and conditions look smoother. Sit back and relax.
And everyone's score went up just a little bit. So we have an en route time left of about 40 minutes. Going to be a little bit less when we get up to cruise speed. And that's about it for now. Let's just zoom ahead. So in order to get the avionics to show top of descent, you have to enter an approach. And we...
Aeroclub 287, contact Miami Oceanic 132.3.
Sender on 132.3 Aeroclub 287, good day. Miami Oceanic, Aeroclub 287, good morning, flight level 430.
Aeroclip 287, Miami Oceanic, roger.
Okay, so we're talking to Miami, but no approach yet. There are no arrival into Providenciales, but there are approaches. Runway 10 is the favored one at the moment, and I want to do the RNAV via Dayport, and the minimas for that is, let's have a look here, change airport and approach RMP 10, market. We can do LNAV 278 for the minimas via Dayport. To 78, enter, and we can load that. What happens now is that there is also a waypoint for the airport. But we do get a top of descent, and it is at least approximately correct. It's just a little weird over here, but I'm gonna live with that for now and see if BeyondATC can give me something good today. This is the kind of approach where I think he will try to vector me and maybe not give me a correct descent. So I might have to disregard BeyondATC for this one and just go direct up or myself and figure it out. That's no big deal. Just when we're getting closer to top of descent, I'm gonna see what they say, because I don't want to get into a situation where I'm hot and high. This aircraft can get down very easily. That's not a big issue, but we are flying passengers and their comfort levels will drop, especially the nervous flyers, if we start dive bombing this aircraft. So let's just keep an eye out for that and see what BeyondATC gives us when we get closer to top of descent.
Aeroclip 287, clear direct Providenciales. Expect further instructions closer to destination.
Wilco, clear direct Providenciales, expecting further upon closer, Aeroclip 287.
So we got cleared direct to the airport, and that's exactly what the aircraft is doing now anyway. We're just gonna continue on that. I'm guessing this will be a setup for vectors, and yeah, not always the best. We'll give BeyondATC the benefit of the doubt until it's doing something else now, so let's continue.
Aeroclip 287, turn right, heading 315, vectors for Providenciales Airport. Expect further clearance in about 130 miles.
Turn right, heading 315, Aeroclip 287.
Okay.
Aeroclip 287, Providenciales landing runway 10.
Providenciales, landing runway 10, Aeroclip 287.
Okay, so it's starting to give us a heading, and it's to the right. That doesn't add up. And it's also saying further clearance in 130 miles. We have 155 miles to go, 131 until we reach the airport itself. So this is one of the classic things where it will not give you the descent until you're actually over the airport. So from this moment on, I'm just gonna ignore BeyondATC. I'm gonna keep it online just to have some traffic when we're landing, but I'm gonna have to ignore what it's saying. And because of that, I will go direct to Dapor, so we can actually just activate approach, Dapor direct, and we get a correct top of descent, and we can follow the VNAV down. And it's a bit of a shame, but this is what I've been experiencing most of the time with BeyondATC. So I think it might be time to test out say intentions again, but I'm not a big fan of their subscription model and pretty high price in my opinion. Of course I can always go offline or just go VATSIM, but it is nice to have ATC coverage wherever you go when you want to, and especially when you are flying with a software like JetCard that is forcing you
Vertical track.
to go out of your normal path, and you may go to areas where there are rarely ATC coverage on VATSIM. So yeah, let's spin down the altitude so the VNav can capture it. The path is armed. Let's just go down to flight level 100. .100 is set. 1017 will be the QNH when we arrive. VNav path, reduce the power. Passengers are ecstatic, all of them. Let's see, no, one is 92. But yeah, they all seem happy. We can do a general
Ladies and
announcement.
gentlemen, a brief update from the flight deck. Everything is looking good and we are on schedule.
So we'll give them the descent PA in just a little bit.
Started our descent. Please stow any loose items and ensure your seatbelts are secure.
So the nervous flyers became a little bit unhappy, but as soon as you give them the descent call, they cheer right back up again. They're just uncertain if the aircraft is climbing or descending without them knowing what's happening. This is something to keep in mind for aspiring commercial pilots as well, to give cabin announcement if something unexpected is happening and it's appropriate to do it. You can alleviate some fear amongst those flyers that are anxious flyers or just afraid of flying. And some of those passengers announce themselves to cabin crew when they get on board, but many don't, and some of them just start drinking quite a lot, or maybe they were already drinking before they get on board. So it's a nice thing to avoid potentially dangerous or uncomfortable situations for the cabin crew. One little tip to get a better score upon landing from your passengers is paying attention to the nervous flyers, and well, everyone really, but especially the nervous flyers. Check out their toilet need. As you can see, he wants to stand up, but doesn't want to do it when the plane is moving. They will do it after a while, like Cameron is in the lavatory now. So what I'm hoping is if I can delay putting on the seat signs just a little bit, maybe Luca will also go to the lavatory before we're landing. And that way we can avoid getting a negative score if they really get the need once we get closer, but the seat sign is on. So just something I've noticed that you can pay a little bit extra attention to. So let's see when Cameron comes out if Luca runs for the lavatory. If he does, we'll allow that and then put the seat signs on. It doesn't take long to to get the cabin situated in this aircraft anyway. But before that we can clean up the cabin so they feel better until then. So Cameron is done in the laboratory, their toilet needs has gone down, Luca still needs to go, but another Azure Navia stone just went in instead. So I'm gonna keep it going, and we still have 9.5 minutes left. Keep zooming in and keep the temperature coming down steadily. So we can see the air conditioning is working now after we did the maintenance on that part, and I want to keep it yeah, not much higher than this.
Aeroco 287, contact Provo, approach 126.0.
Contact Provo approach Aeroclub 287. Provo, Aeroclub 287, flight level 141 with information hotel.
Aeroclub 287, Provo approach, QNH1018, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 10.
QNH 1018, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 10, Aeroclub 287.
Aeroclub 287, descend to flight level 090, vectors for the approach.
Descend to flight level 090, Aeroclub 287.
So this is the first descent we got, and it's still vectors. And getting a descent when we're already at flight level 130 and we were at 430, that's a little bit late BeyondATC. You can do better than this. Let's have a look here. Navia is still in the toilet. We might just have to let Luca sit there. We'd keep the descent coming down. I'm gonna wait. It's such a nice weather here, so we can fasten the seat signs a little bit late. Let's pretend I've told them that they can start buckling up, but they can use the toilet until the last moment. Navia is really spending a long time back there. Landing lights can come on. And I forgot to do my landing performance, but luckily it's very quick to do. 10 knots, 071, slight crosswind, and that's fine. Speeds are in the window. Let's start reducing to 250. Airport is in sight down here. And Lucas is going to the toilet. Okay. Again, I'm not gonna wait for BeyondATC. We are vectoring ourselves. Let's do 3,000 feet on QNH 1018. .1018 is set twice. 93 set and cross-checked.
Aeroclub 287, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1018.
Let's do 4,000 then.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1018, Aeroclub 287.
But it was giving us that after we passed 900. No. Let's turn the seat signs on. Don't think that affects Luca, that's in the lavatory at the moment. Descent checklist. Let's reset descent. Windshield heats, they are on. Pressurization is checked, landing speeds are set, seat signs are on, checklist is complete. And for the approach, we can do the same. Lights are on, transfers off, passengers advised. Yeah, everything is done. Next is before landing checklist. Luca needs to get seated soon, but that should be done before we extend the gear anyway. At Dapor, it's max 210. So let's start reducing the speed, and we need to reduce in order to prepare for the final approach anyway. And now the FMS got up, 210 is asked for. Doesn't really want to slow down now. Quite common in the Phenom, I find. Is that a little airfield down here? Well, it looks like it. Turning in, speed is a bit high. Let's use the speed brake.
Aeroclub 287, turn left, heading 290.
Turn left, heading 290, Aeroclub 287.
Yeah, it thinks we're on the wrong side, so it hasn't caught up with us. I'm gonna go down to 2,000 feet.
Aeroclub 287, turn left, heading 265.
Turn
Luca,
left,
please
heading
be
265,
seated.
Aeroclub 287.
Temperature's rising. Bring it down a couple of notches. Yeah, today the approach worked. Last video it didn't for some reasons. Same kind of approach, so maybe it was something to do with how the sim is programmed.
Aeroclub 287, turn left, heading 245.
Turn left, heading 245, Aeroclub 287.
Intercept course is coming up. Benos is approximately 10 miles out from the runway. Lavatory and is closed. Yeah, everyone is seated. We can do the landing announcement. And let's use the speed brakes just a little bit more. Bit below 170. Flaps 1. Pre-level 1018, 2000 feet. Should get a glide path momentarily. And we might have to extend the gear soon as well. Speed isn't really coming down with flaps 1 on this aircraft. We can go to 1,700 feet on Moza. Moza is 5 miles, so we have approximately 7 miles to the runway. Still doesn't want to slow down, so as we approach Moza, I'm gonna drop the gear and then we can get the flaps out, and it should slow down nicely. As soon as you get 2 or 3 points of drag out, it slows down just fine, but not now. Okay, vertical speed. Please give me vertical speed. No, okay. So I didn't want to catch the glide path there. Let me just drop the gear. There's the glide path and autopilot engaged.
High speed. High
Speed.
High
That's
speed.
my fault. Sorry, aircraft. Gear is coming down. Flaps 2. Flaps 3. Flaps 4. Landing checklist. Your damper will come off shortly. Landing gear is down, flaps full, and airspeed is correct. So let's do some manual flying. Watch the speed. I'm just gonna let it trim out for the new speed before I interrupt autopilot to decrease my own workload. Autopilot is engaged.
Autopilot.
Speed is low, correcting. I don't think I've ever had 6 passengers in the Phenom before, and I think I can feel the extra weight actually. It does require more power than when you have 2-3 passengers.
500.
Just follow the pappies now and turn the flight directors off.
400.
A slight left crosswind, 30 degrees off the runway. Speed is high.
Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Downdraft. And we're a bit low. Correcting.
100.
Try to decrab the aircraft a little bit before it touches down. Power out and let it settle down. A little bit floaty now. Oh, come on. And we're down. Spoilers are deployed. And we can start braking. That's it, and we are going to Atlantic. Is on our right, so we are gonna turn around and exit hotel. That was on the right side, gonna be left side now. BeyondATC never caught up to what we were doing. Flaps can come up. ground spoilers go down by themselves, so no need to do anything there. Taxi light, lights as needed, transponder, TCAS, and it's complete. Let's have a look. Where should we park? I think right in front of the terminal is fitting for a business jet. So let's just turn in here and take one of these spots. In the box here in the middle. Taxi light can come off. Very nice free scenery this. And there we are well within the box. Park brake is set, thrust levers idle, windshields can come off. And the rest should be off already. Probes are in auto. Yeah, and we can turn the engines off. 1 and 2. Seat signs come off. Happy passengers. Deboarding can come off on there as well. The PA. Turn that down. And I'll dismiss this. Call for... someone had to use the lavatory right away when they're landed, as usual. Shocks, cones, GPU, red carpet. And connect the GPU, and that should bring the air conditioner online, so we keep it nice and cold in the cabin. Good. And the shutdown checklist. So let's do strobe lights off. And everything here is fine. Very nice. We can open the doors and call for unloading. And while we're doing that, let's bring up JetCard and call for ground bar, passenger car and crew car, LEV service, and we can complete the flight. Not much money in this flight. It's a very short flight, and you will notice the shorter they are, the less money you make, basically. And there's variances in the trips you generate as well. Some pay good, some pay less. I did this trip and the next one just because I wanted something short heading north, not doing the longer 2-3 hour flights every time. So yeah, that's it for JetCard. Remove that. And it's complaining about battery discharge, but that's all fine. So we are going to get the passenger car coming here soon to pick them up. And that's about it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this quick little flight in the Phenom 300E with JetCard and BeyondATC. It's what I've been doing lately offline as well, and it's fun to just jump around a bit, but I will get back to Dash 8 flying another aircraft as well. So as usual, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a pleasant day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.